in this video, I'm not going to teach you anything. I just want to have a little chat to you. And as the title suggests, it's buying your first Land Rover. And over the years I've come to the conclusion, this little, well, secret, because I see this time after time, that buying your first Land Rover is probably your worst Land Rover. Now it sounds strange, but I've seen it time and time again where people buy a project vehicle and it turns out to be a very expensive money pit. And in Canada where we are, vehicles for some bizarre reason of safety have to be over 15 years old before it can be imported. In the United States, the land of the free, it has to be 25 years old before it can be imported, and without modifications. So we've got a problem, because we're buying vehicles that have got 15 years of neglect and misuse and rust. It's very difficult to buy a good vehicle that's 15 years old. They're almost non-existent now. But a lot of people brought Land Rovers into Canada that were absolutely basket cases. And they see things on eBay in the UK and bring it across. And they're just money pits. You know, they buy it cheap, but they're going to spend an awful lot of money to get it back to normal, to get, well, not to normal, to get it up to standard without fitting all the accessories. And this is the problem. When people buy a first Land Rover, one of the things they do, they've got a little bit of money left, they've saved some money. Oh, we're not spending $60,000, I bought one for $10,000, and look, I've got some money in my pocket, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy some big wheels and tyres, knobbly tyres, and I'm going to buy a winch, a bull bar, roof rack, all the bolt-on bits. I'm going to buy all those bits. But the frame's rotten, the bulkhead's rotten, the interior's finished, the vehicle needs painting, panels need to be replaced, suspension's shot. Oh, if the suspension's shot, we'll put heavy duty on it. Keep it as standard. Because you're going to regret it. You will regret it in the long run because the ride's terrible. And one thing I wanted to say to you about Land Rover ownership, if you're not really familiar with it, because I bet you a lot of people will comment below what I'm saying is right. That Land Rover is a compromise of everything. You see, the vehicle that you buy in the showroom is a compromise. The vehicle that is designated for the military or the water company or the electric company or any utility or something like that, special organisations, they put in requests to have Land Rovers built to their spec. But the bog standard Land Rovers that you see are a compromise. Take, for example, wheels and tyres. They've got sort of a mediocre off-road tyre. But considering if a Land Rover is going to be spending 98% of its time on the road, there's no point putting big knobbly tyres onto it, which are very expensive in the first place, but very fatiguing. Noise. Why put up with all that damned noise? It's just too much. So what you're looking for is getting that vehicle back up to standard and then decide what you want to do. You know, I've seen people go out and buy their Land Rover, and by Land Rover I mean Defenders, not the other stuff that they make. But they go out and buy the roof racks, and they buy their big wheels and tyres, the high lift suspension, their everything. They're buying all the accessories, big lights, and you name it. Oh, it goes on and on. And the temptation's out there because you're looking at Google and you're seeing all these pictures of people's Land Rovers. They don't tell you how much they've spent on it, you know. They try to say, oh, I got it for next to nothing, but that doesn't really exist. So if you're going to buy cheap, you're going to buy a money pit. My advice to you is spend that little bit extra, find something with a good frame and bulkhead, and I mean good. In Britain, what they say about a solid frame, because I'm from there, they used to say that a Land Rover's got a solid frame. Well, it's solid, but it's all patched up. What you want to buy is a frame that's never been welded, a bulkhead that's never been welded. If you buy good foundations of a vehicle, the rest is easy. It's cosmetics, it's going through your suspension and steering, and that is actually relatively cheap, suspension and steering. But don't do the heavy duty. Again, compromise. What you're going to carry in your Land Rover? What is your idea of what you want from your Land Rover? I mean, if you're going to make a camper, then yes, you need heavy duty suspension to counteract for the extra weight that you're putting on the frame or the chassis. But if you're just going to use it as a van, heavy duty suspension's not going to do anything. It's going to make you all worn out and tired because you're constantly banging around in your vehicle, and you'll hate it. You'll hate driving it. This one, bog standard, absolutely bog standard. There's nothing special on the suspension. It's just absolutely original. I'm going to do some videos on suspension later, but like I say, when you're buying your first Land Rover, just be aware, because I've seen so many people lose a fortune on them, and it's sad, really. I mean, if you can do things yourself, well, that's not too bad. But if you're paying the likes of me or other mechanics to do it, like, I don't mind, I'll take your money. But it's so sad when you see people buying a project and then they come to me and they say, look, I've got all these, big wheels, tyres, suspension, I want this doing to it. And the frame's rotten. Then you have to say, it's a big job to change a frame, it's a complete rebuild of a vehicle. And then you're on a slippery slope. So look for something that's good, or go and get a mechanic, or take the damn thing for inspection. Just take it for a test, for an independent garage or something like that, and get them to write a report what this vehicle actually needs. You'll be surprised. And I mean detailed. The electrical system, the heating, the cooling. Is the engine original? Is it sort of like a Daihatsu damn thing that you can't even get parts for? You don't even know what it's come from. So just do that. And I'll tell you something, once you get the Land Rover that you want, it'll be your best friend, my best friend. And I hope this one is too. Because they're all, once they're set up, and once they're right, you just put fuel in them, turn the key and off they go. They do need a lot of maintenance, but if you what they used to say in England, a stitch in time saves 9. Grease the prop shafts regularly, they won't fail. Check your swivel balls for, lubrication, they won't fail. Nothing fails. A lot of the time it's neglect, and that's what I'm trying to say. 15 years of problems coming into Canada, that's what you're up against. It happens, and I see it all the time. So, love your Land Rover, but be prepared. Anyway, I've got to get his breakfast because he's annoying. Talk to you later. Bye.